There comes a moment in a man's life when everything begins to disappear. The friends who promised loyalty slowly fade away. The support you once relied on suddenly becomes silence. The people you trusted stop answering your calls. And you find yourself standing alone. No help, no backup plan, no one to lean on. In those moments, it feels like life has abandoned you. But what if the loneliness you feel is actually the moment God is preparing to transform you? Because sometimes God removes everyone from your life for one reason, so you can finally discover that He was the only one you ever needed. When everything falls apart, there are seasons when life seems to collapse all at once. Relationships break, plans fail, dreams seem to disappear overnight. And the hardest part is not the loss itself. The hardest part is the silence that follows. You begin to ask questions. Why did this happen? Why did everyone leave? Why does it feel like God is so far away? But the truth is something most people do not realize. Sometimes God removes the noise around you so you can finally hear His voice clearly. Because as long as we have people to rely on, we rarely rely completely on God. But when everything else is stripped away, our faith stops being comfortable and starts becoming real. Faith is born in loneliness. Real faith is not built when everything is going well. It is built when life becomes quiet, painful, and uncertain. Look at Job. In a single moment, he lost almost everything. His wealth disappeared. His children were gone. His health was broken.
When God becomes your only support, when a man reaches the point where he has no one but God, something powerful happens. He stops pretending to be strong. He stops relying on temporary things. And he begins to depend fully on God. That kind of dependence unlocks something extraordinary. Because God can do more in your life than people ever could. The same God who provided manna in the desert. The same God who brought water from a rock. The same God who strengthened Paul in prison. That same God still works in the lives of those who trust Him. And when you finally rely on Him completely, you begin to see miracles where you once saw problems. Loneliness becomes intimacy with God. Loneliness changes when God enters the center of it. What once felt like emptiness becomes a sacred space. It becomes the place where you talk honestly with God. The place where you cry. The place where you pray. Even Jesus often withdrew from the crowds to be alone in prayer. Those quiet moments were not